Hi guys, this is something I've never actually done before. I don't do a ton of videos for you, so I kind of like that a few of you asked that I actually show this to you in action because it gives me an excuse to get on camera, which back in my actor days was something I obviously did a lot, but for whatever reason these days I don't, and I kind of miss it. So thank you to those who asked for this request. I actually put on some makeup for you. You're welcome. I also need to apologize right off the bat because there's some construction going on right outside my window. It's kind of loud, and I'm sorry about that, but I'm hoping my voice is loud enough that you're still gonna be able to get some value out of this video, because I don't really know that I have many other places to go. So a couple of weeks ago, I told you that there were a couple of new features on Instagram Story. One of them was the countdown timer. If you don't know what the countdown timer is, or if you haven't run into this yet, here is what it looks like. Now, the beauty of the countdown timer and why I'm really excited to use it myself and why I have already used it for my clients is because two things. One, you as the viewer of someone's Instagram story, can actually share their countdown timer on their own Instagram story, which means for me as the person who's sharing the countdown timer, that's great because that gets more eyes on whatever thing I'm counting down to, which is just great for exposure. And the second really cool thing about the countdown timer is people can actually subscribe to be notified when the countdown timer reaches 0. So with that said, what is a cool way to format this so that you can get as much interest in your countdown timer as possible? That's what I'm going to be showing you how to do today, or at least one thing that I've done for my clients. In fact, a client today has a Facebook Live, and something we've been doing all week is sharing this countdown timer. And this is how I started it on Monday. And I think based off of the Instagram poll that I shared, that it's one of the biggest reasons that people got excited about it. So here's what I did. Step 1. Decide on what you're sharing. Are you counting down to a Facebook Live? Are you counting down to the release of this super juicy opt-in that you're going to be sharing? Are you counting down to the drop of a blog? Are you counting down to a podcast episode with this super awesome guest that everyone is going to love? Are you counting down to the launch of your program? Are you counting down to an event? There's so many options here, and the secret is it's not about the what as much, it's about the why. But why the heck am I showing up? Which brings me to step 2. Now that we know what, let's talk about why. Why would your target client need to show up? Not want to show up, need to show up. What is the pain point that you are going to be solving today? Write down 3 reasons your target client is going to be so super excited to show up. For example, I shared a hashtag library with you guys last week, right? So let's say I'm gonna turn that into a juicy opt-in. What are 3 reasons people should use the hashtags that I have in this library? Because there's a lot of hashtags out there, but they're not all created equal, right? You really have to know what types of hashtags to use. So I know that hashtags can help you get more exposure. I know that hashtags can help you get more engagements. And I know that hashtags can take a shit ton of time to find. So with that said, those are 3 pain points that I know I can solve. I can save you time, and come on, every business owner is like, do social media. I don't have time for that. It's like a full-time job. So I know I can save you time. Don't worry, I got you. I know that I can save you, or I know that I can help you grow. And I know that's a massive headache for most people. They're like, why am I growing by 5 people like every 2 years? It's because of those stupid algorithms. So I know hashtags can really help you navigate the algorithm and understand where to circulate, right? So I can help you grow. 3, I know that, what was my other one? Oh, engagement. So I know that everyone's like, oh man, why are people not engaging with me? It's because this algorithm sucks, right? So the hashtags can actually get you in front of audiences that, depending on the hashtag that you're in, some are more engagement focused than others. So it can also help you use hashtags that are kind of showing up in like those more chatty places, so I can help you get engagement. So with that said, my 3 reasons would be I can help you grow on Instagram, I can help you get more engaged on Instagram, and I can save you a shit ton of time. All 3 pain points my ideal client really, really, really really want solutions around. Now we have all the prep work done, and now I'm gonna go into actually taking you behind the scenes and setting this up for you on Instagram using the information that we've just put together. Afterwards, I'm gonna unpack why this is effective. Okay, so as you can see here, I've just opened my Instagram story and I'm writing out my Instagram story polls based off of the pain points I just walked you through on the call. So I know people are looking for a solution to grow that doesn't cost any money. I'm asking them to vote on it using a story poll. Next, I'm gonna ask someone if they are sick and tired of spending hours finding hashtags that work for them. And next, I'm gonna ask people, are they ready to get more engagement on their feed? Finally, after they walk through each of those polls, they're gonna reach a slide that says, good news. If you answered yes to any, I am creating a free hashtag library that is so far 29 pages long. It's being released at 1 p.m. on Friday, January 18th. Make sure you got the date there. Next, I'm gonna tell people that there is a countdown timer and to click on it to be notified. Don't worry, I'll walk you through exactly how to create a countdown timer in a second. But as you can see here, you can pick the time and the date. And you can also, you'll see in a second, change the color so that it matches. Cool, so now you've seen me do a couple of things, right? I tapped on all the pain points, 1, so now people are like, ooh, that's kind of what I need. 2, I asked them to vote on it. So now this is like a weird, psychological thing. Now they're investing and admitting to themselves, yeah, that's really something that I need, right? So the more invested you are, the more likely you are to take an action, which is why I often will ask people to vote on things. I often will tell people to basically admit to themselves that they need something, so that when it comes time to being like, great, I'm gonna give it to you, they're like, hell yeah, because they've just basically been saying, oh, I wish this thing existed, and now it does. Truth be told, I probably would do the last part, the timer part, in a video, because I think there's something a little bit more personal about seeing a person's face. But for the purposes of this, I just thought I would just write it out so you can kind of see what I'm doing. But again, normally I would probably do the poll, one pain point poll, second pain point poll, a third pain point poll, and then get on video and say, okay, if you answered yes to any of these, I'm creating something super exciting for you. It is a hashtag library specifically designed for coaches. At the moment, it is 29 pages long, full of coach-specific themed hashtags, all in alphabetical order, so you can really get specific around the type of content you're creating, what hashtags to use to get as much exposure as possible on that content, and to really grow, get engagement, and save some time in 2019. If you want it, just tap the countdown timer right here, and you will actually be notified once it's released at 1 p.m. on January 18th. I can't wait to give this to you. I really think it's gonna be so good. So that's kind of probably the video that I would have created had this thing been different, just so you can see this all in action from front to back. Okay, front to back, from top to bottom, start to finish. Yeah, start to finish. Okay, now for the last part of this, I just want to really walk you through what I did with the countdown timer, because I know I just showed it quickly, but this is actually how I'm setting it up, okay? Here we go. Okay, so at this point, I've already created my Instagram story and I'm ready to put my countdown timer on. I click that little smiley face at the top, I select countdown timer, and now I just need to name it. I've decided to name it Coach Social's hashtag library drop. Yep, I put Coach Social in there so that whenever someone gets notified, they know exactly what this is and who it's from. Next, you tap on it. Next I selected my colors, right? So I like the pink, it matches. Next, I'm gonna tap on it to set end date and time. I turn off the all day reminder because I want a very specific time. I pick it, pretty straightforward. January 18th, 1 p.m. I'll get there eventually, I promise. And now I am done, and then I just format it and beautify it. There you have it. Today we have talked about the countdown timer, why you should use it, how to use it, a way that I have formatted it to get me the best results, and I have also walked you through exactly how to set it up. You can change the color on it so the look is good. You can make it an all day reminder or a certain specific time reminder. I personally like specific times because that creates urgency. And I've walked you through exactly how I would set up so that you're also getting people invested in whatever you are counting down to. That is a wrap. This might have been longer than I thought it would, but I really hope you got something out of it. Please, please, please email me or write me on Instagram or DM me or however you want to contact me and let me know if this was helpful, because it'll really help me understand if I should do more things like this for you. All right, thanks guys, it was fun. This is Chloe, by the way. Yeah, she's been here the whole time. Bye, see you later.